Let us face it, motivation, whether it is to tackle your goals, get through your day, or even spice up your romantic life, can feel like this elusive thing, right? One day you are ready to take on the world, and the next, we have all been there, caught in that cycle of wanting to do more, but feeling stuck. But what if I told you there is a way to actually increase the drive, that inner fire, not just for achieving your dreams, but also in your personal, even sexual life? Today, we are diving deep into the world of motivation and desire, breaking down exactly how you can not only spark, but sustain the motivation, whether it is for your career, your personal growth, or even for that spark in your relationship. Trust me, you won't want to miss a second of this, because by the end of this video, you will know precisely how to reignite that energy and desire. So stick around and let us get into it. Alright, let us kick things off by addressing one of the biggest misconceptions about motivation. So many people think that motivation is something that just happens to you. You wake up one morning and boom, you are ready to crush it. But here is the thing, motivation doesn't work that way. It is not something you wait for. It is something you create. If you are sitting around hoping for motivation to strike like a lightning bolt, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Let me ask you this. Think back to a time when you felt totally unmotivated. Maybe you didn't feel like doing anything, whether it was working out, tackling that project, or even engaging in your relationship. But what happened when you forced yourself to do one small thing? Maybe you started by just writing a sentence, or maybe you decided to just put on your workout clothes without even committing to the full workout. Suddenly, that little action led to more, didn't it? This is the first key to increasing your motivation in any area of life, whether it is professional or personal. Action breeds motivation, not the other way around. So, if you are sitting there waiting for motivation to hit, stop. Take the first tiny step, and you will notice that motivation starts to grow. This is because your brain craves completion. Once you start something, it wants to finish it. So taking that initial action is like flipping a switch in your mind. This applies to every part of your life. Whether you are trying to work on your fitness, build a business, or even spice up your romantic life, start small and let the motivation build from there. Before we dive deeper, go ahead and smash the like button if this is resonating with you so far. Trust me, we're just getting started, and the next few tips are going to really blow your mind. Now, here is another thing people don't realize about motivation. Clarity is key. You can get motivated if you don't know what you are motivated for. Let me put it this way. Imagine trying to go on a road trip without a destination in mind. You would probably start driving aimlessly, maybe get lost, and eventually feel frustrated and tired. Motivation works the same way. If you don't have a clear vision of what you want, it is hard to summon the energy and drive to go after it. This applies to everything from your fitness goals to your career to your sex life. If you are not clear about what you want in your intimate relationships, how can you possibly feel desire or connection? You need to get crystal clear on what drives you, what excites you, what turns you on emotionally, mentally, and physically. When you know the answers to these questions, you will find that desire and motivation come naturally. And speaking of desire, let us talk about how this all ties into your romantic and sexual life. I know this can be a bit of a taboo topic, but the reality is your drive and motivation in your personal life are deeply connected to your overall sense of well-being. When you are in touch with your desires, when you feel connected to your partner or even to yourself, that energy carries over into everything else you do. If you feel good about yourself, if you are excited about your intimate life, you are going to find it much easier to stay motivated in other areas of your life as well. So, how do you increase the desire? Here is the key. Create anticipation. Think about the last time you really looked forward to something. Whether it was a romantic date, an exciting project, or even just a special night in with your partner. That feeling of anticipation, the build-up, does wonders for your motivation. You can apply that same principle to your intimate life. Plan something exciting with your partner. Set the mood, create an environment that encourages connection, and let the excitement build. Anticipation can fuel desire, and that desire, in turn, fuels your overall motivation. Oh, and before I forget, if you are getting value out of this video, why not subscribe? That way, you won't miss out on any of the future content I have got planned, and it helps me continue making videos like this for you. Now, I know we have covered a lot already, but we are just scratching the surface here. Let us go even deeper into how you can fuel your motivation and desire. And this next tip is something that is often overlooked. It is all about your environment. Think about it, your surroundings, the people you interact with, the media you consume, even the physical space around you. These things all have a huge impact on your drive. If you are surrounded by clutter, negativity, or distractions, how can you expect to stay motivated? The truth is, your environment either lifts you up or drags you down. So if you are serious about increasing your motivation, you need to audit your environment. Start by decluttering your space. Clean up your workspace, your home, even your digital space. Unfollow those accounts that drain your energy and replace them with ones that inspire and uplift you. And when it comes to your romantic life, this idea of environment is just as crucial. If you want to increase the desire and intimacy in your relationship, create an environment that encourages it. Whether it is lighting some candles, playing music that puts you in the mood, or simply making time to connect with your partner without distractions. These little changes can make a big difference. And hey, while you are here, drop a comment below and let me know what is one thing you are going to do today to create a more motivating environment, whether in your workspace or your personal life. I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, let us talk about one more thing that is crucial for boosting your motivation and desire. And this one might surprise you. It is self-compassion. I know. You are probably thinking, wait, what does being kind to myself have to do with motivation? When you are constantly pushing yourself, constantly hustling and grinding without giving yourself a break, you are actually killing your own motivation in the long run. The culture we live in today glorifies nonstop hustle, but that is not sustainable. If you are always beating yourself up for not being motivated enough, you are going to burn out. Real, lasting motivation comes when you give yourself permission to take breaks, recharge, and treat yourself with kindness. When you are compassionate with yourself, when you listen to your body and your mind, you are actually fueling your motivation and desire in the long run. So, whether it is taking a moment to rest, practicing mindfulness, or just reminding yourself that it is okay to have off days, self-compassion is one of the most powerful tools you can use to stay motivated. So we have covered a lot today. We talked about the importance of action, clarity, creating anticipation, auditing your environment, and practicing self-compassion. But none of this is going to help if you don't take action on it. So right now, I want you to think about one thing you can do today, just one small step to start increasing your motivation. Maybe it is something as simple as organizing your workspace, or maybe it is planning a special night with your partner to build that anticipation and desire. Whatever it is, start now, and you will be amazed at how quickly your motivation will grow. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with someone who needs a little extra motivation in their life. Trust me, when you start applying these tips, your life is going to transform in ways you never imagined. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.